How long were you together?
We were together for 5 years, Your Honor.
Okay. And how did you two meet?
We met, jeez.
How do you not remember how you met?
No. It's just one of these situations that we kind of met twice. I didn't remember the first time and
No.
kind of crossed
Did
paths.
she remember?
I think that she did, yes. But
all right. So you dated for 5 years. Did you ever live together?
we did, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have.
And what caused the breakup?
There was a situation where she was actually pregnant with the baby that we were supposed to have, and she was going to give birth, and I have another son through another relationship. And what happened was he broke his arm. So I had to go drive 90 minutes to Maine to take care of.
How many minutes?
90 minutes, ma'am.
90 minutes. So it's an hour and a half away to get to, I guess, the ER where your son was because of the broken arm?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, she's pregnant at the time. How pregnant is she?
Well, she was pretty close, about a week away. The whole situation was I actually asked her if I could go to see my son in Maine. So
What'd you say?
He wasn't asking, Your Honor. He was half out the door already, just deciding that he was going. I said he could go, but he wasn't asking.
How would you say he could go?
He wasn't asking for permission.
I don't really care. Seriously, like, you can't be yourself with the guy who you're bringing a life into the earth with. Like, you can't say, where do you think you're going?
Unfortunately, no. Oftentimes,
I would no sooner let my man leave me 1 week from my due date, which is not set in stone, okay? Because you could have a baby any second. I would never let him leave over a broken arm. No disrespect to your son intended, but a broken arm is not like a catastrophe. Anyway, go on.
So she's never been really that nice to my son to begin with. So I think it was a little bit of animosity for the reason why I don't know.
Well, why even ask her? And apparently she said yes. So go on. You go, and then what happens?
So I go there, and she goes into labor early. The water broke. I had no idea because I was tending to my son. And
You're not tending to your son. The doctors are tending to your son.
No. At this point, he's in his room, and I'm sitting beside him.
Okay.
So I took my jacket off.
And how old's your son?
He's 7.
Okay.
So
why weren't you getting all the phone calls from her and her father telling you the baby's coming?
what I was saying was I took my jacket off, and the phone was in the jacket. So I had.
You weren't even checking on your wife I'm sorry, you weren't even checking on your girlfriend who was about to have a baby to see how she's feeling and
We
everything?
just kind of caught up in the moment with my other.
With the arm? So you're not checking your phone. Everything will be okay. And then when do you check your phone?
I realized I didn't have the phone in my pocket.
Much later.
Probably about 40, 50 minutes.
Okay, then you look at your phone and what?
There was a bunch of phone calls on it that
But how long had you not been looking at your phone? In other words, the phone calls had started how long earlier?
Probably about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you then return the calls, and I presume that you get in the car.
Well, actually, when I looked at the phone, her father was calling me at that moment.
Okay. So
I answered the phone, spoke to the father. He had he wasn't very nice to me over the phone, obviously.
Yeah, because he's doing your job.
Yeah,
Hey, you called your dad, I take it.
Well, no time I did something.
Ma'am, you called your dad, and then, so you come back, and by the time you get back, the baby's already born.
Yeah, the water broke. That's what the call that I got. Went back. The water broke. She'd already given birth. So.
That was really fast, though.
Yeah, it's like within probably like a couple hours. I mean, it was.
Is that your first delivery?
it was a rare case.
Yeah.
Very irregular.
How do you say you're not a priority in that man's life without saying you're not a priority in that man's life? His actions, as they say, speak louder than words. It is obvious here that he was going to do what he was going to do. And she's right. I know people that are just like this. It doesn't matter what you say because you're not their number one priority. They are their number one priority. Whatever their desires are, whatever their dreams and goals and whatever they deem as more important than you. This has got to be done. It's got to be work. It's got to be family other than you. And you're the wife and she's sitting there as the last person at the end of the day. And it's not a fun situation to be in. And for her, I mean, no matter what she said, obviously she's went down this road before. If she had said, no, you are not going, he would have went anyway or guilt tripped her. And he would have made it like he was doing her a favor if he stayed. That's how that works out. So, of course, he was going to go. And she really didn't have any say. And I feel like Judge Millian misses that part, maybe because she hasn't been in a relationship with a person like that. If he had stayed, I'm sure he would have said something like, you're the reason that I didn't get to go see my son when he broke his arm. It's all your fault because You weren't having a baby at the time when he broke his arm. You can see the underlying resentment when she's speaking. So of course it's there. Of course this is happening. And it sucks. Let's keep going. Let's see what this man who can't cancel his plans has to say.
So now, tell me from your perspective, your water breaks, you call him, he doesn't answer. How long are you calling him? He says he was incommunicado for an hour or
It felt longer than that. I mean, I was calling him immediately when my water broke. My dad starts calling him as quick as he takes me to the hospital. We're not getting hold of him. He's not connected to us. He's incommunicative. And it was in that time in the hospital when I gave birth to our daughter that I realized all of the times that he had really not shown up for me during my pregnancy.
Like what? Put your hand down. Like what?
Missing the Lamaze classes that we had planned on going to, of our classes, 3 different classes that we had planned on going to together. And whatever his excuse was, it wasn't good enough.
So wait, I'm just to understand. So you had a lot more than 3 Lamaze classes. Did he go to the other ones?
I went to the other ones on my own.
Did he ever go to a Lamaze class?
He never went.
Oh, not once?
Not once.
Okay.
But those 3 were the ones we had decided we would go on together. We had gotten books for parenting that he had told me he would read. He never read them. We had several big doctor appointments that he missed. And every time, to my own detriment, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't speak up like I should have, but it was when I had birth to my daughter that it all dawned on me. I have been making excuses for this man who is unreliable, untrustworthy, disrespectful, and doesn't show up for me or our daughter. And I can't, bringing this daughter into the world, there's no way I can now be alongside this man who is...
Well, you could choose not to be alongside him, but your daughter is his daughter, I take it.
Absolutely.
Right. So he's still going to be in her life and in your life.
Absolutely. But deciding whether I wanted to merge a life with this person...
That's up to you. That's your decision.
Yeah.
So that's what made you say, I'm done.
Absolutely.
And you didn't even let him see the baby at the hospital.
No, I was a mess after giving birth. I mean, I was so shaken up. I felt like I had been abandoned, like he hadn't prioritized me. He hadn't.
Right, so this lawsuit is about the engagement ring.
Yes.
And he would like you to return it because according to you, it's a family heirloom.
It is a family.
Where did this ring come from?
Well, my grandfather gave it to my grandmother, and I gave it to her because I thought I was going to be with her forever. So we're not together anymore. She doesn't want anything to do with me. And why should she have the ring?
She dumped you, right?
Yeah.
There's no question that you dumped him.
No.
All right. And why won't you return the ring? Tell me.
Well, case in point, it's his fault that we're not together anymore. He has shown time and time again that what that ring signified, commitment, love, loyalty, trust, respect, he has not followed through on at all. And it all came to a head when he missed the birth of my daughter. So it's his fault. There's no reason I would give that ring back.
Is that the ring?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Actually, all those reasons she just named is even more reason to give the ring back. Without going any further, she needs to hand that straight over to him. I mean, it was a family heirloom. Let him have it and let him keep his ways to himself. There is nothing that she gains by keeping that ring. Unless she's wanting to hold on to it, to hold on to the hurt and pain that he caused her, which is not good for her. She needs to let him go, let that relationship go. The reason she broke up with him is because he's not prioritizing her, which I said at the beginning. And the only way she can find someone else is to process this and move on. I agree with her. He is not prioritizing her. He did not prioritize the birth of their child. He was placing other things as more important. And the fact that he didn't keep his phone on him and check in with her frequently while he was gone, again, that's just a no-go for me. Let's keep going.
That's very pretty.
It doesn't belong to her, Your Honor.
Well, let me explain the law in your state. Every state has different laws about what happens to an engagement ring when people break up. The better rule is what most states have, which is it's a gift in contemplation of marriage. If the marriage doesn't happen for whatever reason, it goes back to the giver. Okay? Your state of Massachusetts, the great state of Massachusetts, has what I perceive to be the worst idea, which is judges have to, and there's a couple of states that do this, judges have to listen to what happened and decide if there is fault in the breakup. Okay? If you break up with him and it's not worth breaking up over, then you have to give the ring back. If you break up with him and it is worth breaking up, which is ridiculous. How am I going to decide something like that? It's so crazy. And yet here I am. So I have to decide if when you broke up, there was something that he did that was so bad that it's his fault that you broke up, versus that you finally got clarity and realized that maybe he's not the guy for you. Because in fairness, you told him he could go ahead and go. And I don't blame you necessarily for throwing away a life you thought you wanted with him, even though there's a baby involved, because you're free and American and you can, by golly, decide how you want to spend your life, for goodness sake. But the question is, what did he do? It's not like you caught him cheating. What he did was ask, can I go? My kid broke his arm. You're not due for a week. And both of you made a very bad decision, which is, yeah, go. So is this breakup then something that's so his fault that you don't have to return an heirloom ring? That is the legal question in front of me. And I'm sorry, but I find that, you know, he definitely should have been there in the birth. We're not talking about that. He should have been there in Lamaze classes. We're not talking about that. See, the thing is, I didn't pick him. You did. You see, you decided to bring a child into it. You knew him darn well during all those Lamaze classes, there's nothing totally different other than the veil was lifted from your blinded eyes. And so, which is good for you, but does that mean that there is a thing he did that caused the breakup that was so bad that it's his fault that you don't return an heirloom ring? And I am not finding that. I am finding in favor of the plaintiff in this case. I wish you both great luck.
I definitely agree with the judgment. She needs to give the ring back, but I don't agree with the reasoning behind it. I see where she's trying to justify the Massachusetts law, but I do think that he is at fault. And I do think that is the reason that she needed to break up with him. And it was bad enough for her to break up with him, because if at every time that you are in a vulnerable position or you need somebody, they are not there for you, and that is supposed to be the person that you're going to marry, then that is reason to leave. Because life is going to be full of challenges and you're going to want the person there with you. Otherwise, you're just going to be a married single mom. And that's what she was headed down that road. And now she can just be a single mom with the opportunity to find somebody else. People can try to justify it and say, you know, men aren't as interested in all that. No, they should be. And there are men that are interested in their wives' health and their babies and going to Lamaze classes and making sure everything's okay because they care about their partner enough to make sure that they're okay. And then there are those that just think it's just not their job. And that is going to give a preview into what her next years of her life would have been had she stayed with him and got married, which would have been all the responsibilities on you, and he's doing whatever he's doing and he'll show up whenever he shows up. So let me know what you think. Should she have kept the ring or should she have given it back? Put it in the comments below.